Makes you feel good. It's from an animal channel that focuses on animal welfare. If that's up your alley, check it out. Subscribe. And we got a video from Mike Toomey who showed the Amazon Echo if instead of Alexa, you got Alex Jones.
Alexa, how tall is Mount Everest?
Look it up for yourself. I mean, this is what they're... What do you think tap water is? It's a gay bomb, baby.
I have to say, as much of a wacko that I think Alex Jones is, I love his voice. Sometimes just to make myself laugh, I'll say crazy random shit in his voice. All you gotta do is sound like a man that doesn't want to admit that he has emphysema and go to the doctor. And then just say things like the smoke monster from Lost is obvious propaganda from the alien leprechauns, sent down here to promote the globalist lizard people agenda so that the little children that play in the Pokemon, they don't want you to know that the same people that made Pokemon faked the moon land. We won't even go into Pokemon. That's just a liberal Black Lives Matter bullshit killing white people agenda. I got the documents right here. I didn't want to believe it, people, but the truth is the truth. I probably didn't even sound anything like him, but it was just still so much fun for me. Then the slow-mo guys put out a new video where I thought someone was gonna die for a second. Luckily, spoiler alert, no one died, but they did have to blur out a dick. And if you want to see the full versions of everything I just shared, the secret link of the day, anything at all, links as always are in the description down below. And then let's talk about that production of Julius Caesar by Shakespeare in the Park. This, of course, was a huge story last week. A lot of people arguing about it. The play features a very Trump-like character as Julius Caesar. He, of course, gets stabbed multiple times. He dies. There are many Trump supporters who called this murder porn, that it was inciting more violence. Many for the production were saying you're missing the point of Julius Caesar, that it's actually anti-violence. Also, people pointed out that in the past there was also another production of Julius Caesar which featured an Obama-like character who was stabbed and killed. I thought for the most part by the end of the week that the story was over, but I was wrong. Friday night, a journalist for The Rebel by the name of Laura Loomer stormed the stage.
This is violence against the right. This is violence against Donald Trump. Violence against Donald Trump. Shame on the New York City Public Theater for doing this.
Let's go.
You guys are ISIS. She is ISIS. Shame on Kathy Griffin. Shame.
You are all Goebbels! You are all Nazis like Joseph Goebbels! This is Goebbels! You are all Goebbels! You are inciting terrorists! This is the blood of Steve Scalise is on your hands!
Loomer was arrested and charged with disorderly conduct and trespassing. Also, there was a lot of confusion about what happened to the play. I imagine it's because the other guy that was filming, Jack Posobiec, his video he tweeted, "Breaking, Julius Caesar gets shut down." So a lot of people thought the whole play got canceled, but no, they stopped the show temporarily. According to a statement from the Public Theater, 2 protesters disrupted our show tonight. We stopped the show for less than a minute and our stage manager handled it beautifully. The staff removed the protesters peacefully and the show resumed with the line, "Liberty, freedom." The audience rose to their feet to thank the actors and we joyfully continued. Free speech for all, but let's not stop the show. And this also wasn't the end of the interruptions this play would get. On its final night on Sunday, there were 2 other people that stormed the stage. And then what was really interesting to me is after all of this, there seemed to be a lot of infighting among conservatives, or people that you wouldn't think of as liberals. You had Fox News host Sean Hannity sharing these videos with captions like, "Are Democrats happy? They started the quote resistance, no?" Then Hannity promoted a video where there were protesters shouting, "Liberal hate kills."
Liberal hate kills!
And in walks in editor-in-chief for the Daily Caller, Ben Shapiro, calling out what he thinks is hypocrisy. Tweeting, "The left chants conservative hate kills and you call them snowflakes." Which is right. Stop with this stupidity. Hannity responds, "Ben, the only person being stupid here is you. I was tweeting, quote, exactly what was said with video. I'm mature enough to let people decide. Now, if there was a play that killed an Obama lookalike every night and people protested, would you call that stupid? This hate is disgusting." Shapiro says, and by the way, I blasted the Julius Caesar production. That doesn't mean you get to block others' free speech exercise. Hannity says, "What world are you living in? When did I say to block free speech? Ben, get your facts straight." Shapiro says, "You could help fight escalating snowflakery rather than tactically promoting it. You're better than this." Then, breaking news, in the tweet, I quoted what was said. "Frankly, it's so vile. I support peaceful protest versus plays killing POTUS. We're not talking about a protest outside the event. I'd agree with you. We're talking about storming the stage." And as you'd imagine, people from all different backgrounds joined this debate, people backing their guy. And so I wanted to take that argument, kind of take the question around that, and pass it off to you. What are your thoughts here? First, let me know if you supported or hated the idea of a Donald Trump character being stabbed to death in this play. If that was too far, or no, you thought it was art and there's a different message there. And secondly, what are your thoughts about these people storming the stage to interrupt the performance? Are the people storming the stage snowflakey, since that is the word that we're using with this story? You support the storming of the stage, the interruption, or no, you think it should have been outside the venue? Also, a little note I wanted to make here, there are a lot of people that are like outraged and shocked that this woman was arrested, but to that I'd say even the people behind it knew exactly what was going to happen. If you go to if you go to the registration information for freelaura.com, which is where they're trying to raise funds for their legal defense, according to the Who Is information, that website was registered 6 hours before the play even started. The Rebel knew what they were doing and they knew what was going to happen. And that's not a comment on who you should support or not, that's just you should not be surprised. I mean, the people involved were. And then very briefly, let's talk about Carrie Fisher. Carrie, who of course was best known as Princess Leia or Carrie motherfucking Fisher, died in December of last year when she was 60. And a lot of people have been wondering why. What was the cause of death? Well, last Friday, the LA County Coroner's Office said that she died because of sleep apnea and other undetermined factors. The coroner also pointing out that she suffered from a heart disease and drug use, but no specifics were given at that time. Well, today, the coroner's office revealed that Carrie Fisher had cocaine, methadone, ethanol, and opiates in her system when she passed away. But still, the coroner's office said they don't know the exact reason, stating, based on the available toxicology information, we cannot establish the significance of the multiple substances that were detected in Miss Fisher's blood and tissue with regard to the cause of death. And the reason for that is while her exposure to cocaine was within the past 72 hours, the other drugs they found traces of or remote exposure. And after this information came out, it sparked a debate of, is it anyone's damn business? People arguing that it's disrespectful to share this information. With people arguing whether it was disrespectful or not to her or her family that this information was being shared. And personally, I end up standing by the opinion of Carrie Fisher's only child, Billy Lord. Lord addressed the report saying, my mom battled drug addiction and mental illness her entire life. She ultimately died of it. She was purposely open in all of her work about the social stigma surrounding these diseases. She talked about the shame that torments people and their families confronted by these diseases. I know my mom. She'd want her death to encourage people to be open about their struggles. Seek help. Fight for government funding for mental health programs. Shame and those social stigmas are the enemies of progress to solutions and ultimately a cure. And that's one of the reasons I decided to cover and share this story, because I hope that there is a lesson that can be learned here. Both for people that struggle with their addiction and they feel shame and they hide it and so they don't get help, but also because hopefully this makes at least one person more open to someone around them that is struggling with this, so that they can see this story that is representative on some level to all of the other stories out there of people struggling that just need someone else. You being there is not going to guarantee success in a battle against addiction, but it helps. Maybe it makes it so that there's a meaningful moving of the needle in the number of people that die with their silence and their shame, and the people that actually get help. So that was my takeaway. And then we have to talk about the Finsbury Park van attack in London. Now, the perpetrator of this attack has since been identified. I, of course, will not be showing his name or his face because fuck him. But here's what you need to know about this terrorist attack. A 47-year-old white man drove his van through a crowd of Muslims. Reportedly, a bunch of the soon-to-be victims were helping a man who had collapsed from heat exhaustion. The results of this attack was 1 dead with 10 injured, including 2 disabled. According to eyewitnesses, the attacker was shouting, "I'm going to kill all Muslims, I did my bit." After this man was arrested, he reportedly was smiling, waving, and blowing kisses. Also, if you're wondering how someone can drive their van through a group full of people and then the other people who weren't hit, they don't kill the man who did this, well, that appears to be because of the mosque's imam who did help subdue this monster. He's seen on film shouting, "Don't hit him, you do not touch him, hand him into the police." Or as he put it, he and his group of brothers helped extinguish the flames of anger. Because I don't want to misrepresent the situation. There were people that chased after him, they were hitting him, but the imam was able to calm them to stop the attacking so the police could get him. That kind of restraint is amazing to me. And as far as the attack itself, Metropolitan Police say that they believe the suspect acted alone. Scotland Yard is treating this attack as a terrorist incident. I feel like it's important that people understand this is a terrorist attack. We have to call it what it is. There are people that automatically say, well, what about the mental health? Sure, mental health can be involved in any attack. You think someone that you would describe as a sane individual would go, you know what I think is a great idea? To take a backpack, fill it with bombs, and then blow it up outside of an Ariana Grande concert. Or I'm just going to drive my van through a group full of random Muslims. No, but both of these instances are terrorism. It's important to identify it and talk about it as rationally as possible because fear and anger, they are far greater motivators than trying to break down a situation and look at them. This is a very real concern and problem. Violence brings on more violence. That's why it's so important that no matter the color of someone's skin, we identify terrorism, we identify evil, and we denounce it. And we don't let the extremists and the fucking crazies on whatever side they are on rule what the rest of us do. These extremists that go out there and kill people, yes, their goal is to maim and to kill, but it's mainly also to destabilize, to break people apart, alienate, separate, and cause further violence. And that's actually where I'm going to end today's show. And remember, if you liked this video, you like what I do on this channel, hit that like button. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Also, remember, if you missed the last Philip DeFranco show, you want to catch up, click or tap right there to watch that. If you want to see today's brand new behind-the-scenes vlog, click or tap right there. But that said, of course, as always, my name's Philip DeFranco. You've just been filled in. I love yo faces, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh my God! For fuck's sake! Jesus! When does it end?